everyone. So today we are solving this problem, divide interval into minimum number of groups. So what is happening is you are given a 2D integer array. We are calling it intervals. So intervals are having like two tuples, left and right. Okay, so for example you can take this intervals is given like this. So basically what we have to do is there are various intervals throughout it, right? So we have to group them together for all those intervals which don't have any overlap basically. So you can see here group 1, 5 and 6, 8, they are not overlapping, so they have put together. Similarly 2, 3 and 5, 10, they are not overlapping at all, so they have put into another group. And you can check here 110 is coming into single group. So what is happening is we have to divide them in such a way that the group of intervals in a given group, they should not intersect. Basically, they should not overlap in a simple word. So then we have to find basically that what would be the minimum number of groups you need to make so that all the intervals would be divided into the separate groups. Okay, so this is what we have to do. So let's go for our approach. So for example, I am taking this one. Okay. So see here, first of all, what we have to do is, let's say this is our interval. Okay. So first of all, we have to find the minimum start. So what is the minimum start? This is 5, this is 8, this is 11. So 1 is the minimum start. Okay. So we have to pick this minimum start, which is equal to 1. And what is the maximum start? Maximum end. So this is 3, this is 6, 10, 13. So 13 is the maximum end. Okay. So what we will do is we will make an array of size 13 plus 2. So why plus 2? Plus 2 is for the reason that if we start 13 plus 1, because we would be having the value from 0 till 13, right? So from 0 till 13 its size would be 14, right? Which is max plus 1 only. Then why max plus 2? Max plus 2 is because whenever we are having the start point of any interval, so at start point what we will do, we will start increasing by 1. Okay, and at the end we will decrease by 1, but not only end, but we will do end plus 1 here. I will tell you why end plus 1. Okay, so we have to, at start point we have to increase by 1, at end we have to decrease by 1, minus 1 we have to do. Okay, in the array. So let me go ahead and we will make the things very clear. So what we will do is we will create an array of max end plus 2. So 13 plus 2. So 15 size array we will basically creating here. So see here I created the array of size 13 plus 2. Okay, so this will go till 15. So it would be not this guy. Till 14 this would be the array. So let me remove this part of it. Okay, so this would be basically our size of our array. Okay, so now what we have to do is basically we will traverse through this array. So at start what it is 1, right? So what we will do, at 1 we will increase it by 1. So initially everything is 0, right? So we will increase at 1 by 1, so it will become 1. Then we will go to this end part. This is end part of this interval, right? So this is 3. So 3 plus 1. So at 4 what we will do? We will decrease by 1. So this will become minus 1. Correct? Now we will come to here. At 5 we have to increase it by 1. So let me increase it by 1. And at 6 plus 1. So at 7 we have to decrease it by 1. So it will become minus 1. Now come to here. This is 8. So at 8 we have to increase by 1. And at 11, 10 plus 1. So 11 we have to decrease it by 1. So it will become minus 1. Come here. So at 11 we have to increase it by 1. So it is 1 plus we have to increase by 1. So this will become 0, right? So minus 1 plus 1, this will become 0. Now we'll come to this guy, 13. So 13 plus 1 would be 14. At 14 we have to decrease it by 1. So it will become minus 1. Right? So we are done with this. Now what we will do is we will traverse through this array. Okay. So see here, this is 1. Right? So right now answer would be 1 because 1 is the maximum value so far. So right now answer is 1 because this was 0. Then we found this 1. So answer is right now 1. then we added this is 0, this is 0, then we added minus 1, so this will become 0. So 1 is greater than 0, so answer is still 1. Okay, so till here we got 0, right? Then plus 1, so this will become 1. Now answer is still 1, so 1. So this is minus 1, we will add this minus 1, so what will become? It will become 0. So we'll compare, hey, answer is still 1, so greater than 0, so we'll keep on going. Now we are coming here. So this is 0 plus 1, right? So this is answer, this value is 1, some value is 1. So is this greater than answer? No, it is still 1. Anyway, we are keep on adding. So 1 plus 0, this is again 1, so not greater than answer. Then again minus 1. So we add that minus 1 to 1, this will become 0, which is again answer is greater than 0. So answer would be 1. Anyway, what I am doing is I keep on summing from here every elements, and I am checking whether what is the greatest value while we are traversing doing the sum. So 1 should be answer here. You can even check here that how it would be 1. So let me tell you how this would be 1. So see here, this is 1 and 3. One group is 1 and 3. Okay. Now go to this 5 and 6, because this is not overlapping. So 5 and 6 also can come here, right? 5 and 6 also can come here because these are not overlapping. Similarly 8 and 10 is also not overlapping, so that also come here. Similarly 11 and 13, this is also not overlapping, so only one group is accommodating all of them, right? So this was one of the such example that everything was coming in one group. We will take one more example, but before going to that, some of you might have a question that why this mini start I increased by 1, but why I did max end plus 1? Because answer can be come with max end itself. So I'll tell you the scenario. Let's say we have only one group, which is like this, 1 and 1. Okay. So in 1 and 1, if I don't store the values at the end with max end plus 1, this will give us what? So at 1 it will become 1, right? Then again at 1 we will decrease it by 1, so this will become 0, right? So in this case, when we will traversing through this final array, this will give us 0, right? This will give us 0 only. But actually we know that if there is only one interval which is having even the same start and end, still we need one group, right? So this assumption would not correct if we go ahead with max end only. So that is why to handle such cases, I am doing the max end plus 1. I know that most of the cases this would be pass without max end plus 1. If you don't do plus 1, then also it would pass for many cases, but for the cases like this it wouldn't pass. So that is why I am storing max end plus 1 to decrease the values in this array. Okay, so let's take one more example. So you can see here I have taken this time different values. So this is 2, 3, 5, 6, 5, 10, 9, 13. So what is the mini start? Mini start is 2. You can check here, first value 2, 5, 5, 9. So 2 is the smallest. What is the min and max end? So max end is basically 13. We check here, 13 is the max end. So I created this array of size 13 plus 2. So 15 size. So starting from 0 till 14 index we have the values. Now what we will do is we will traverse through this interval array. This is our interval array. Okay. Now what we will do is we will traverse from here. So at 2, we will go to index 2, we will increase value by 1. So this is 0, so 0 plus 1. This will become 1 now. And this is end time. So end time is 3. So 3 plus 1, it would become 4. So at 4 we have to decrease it by 1. So this is at 4 it is 0. So 0 minus 1 is minus 1. So we will write here minus 1. Okay. Then we will come to this value. So first value is 5. So we will go to 5 index, will increase by 1. So this will become 1. Then we go to the second value 6. So 6 plus 1. So at 7 we have to decrease it by 1. So this will become minus 1. Okay. Then we come to this guy. This is 5. So at 5 index we have to increase by 1. So this is already 1. So 1 plus 1 it would become 2. So let me update it by 2. Okay. Now we'll go to this value 10. So 10 plus 1 at 11. At 11 we have to decrease by 1. So this will become minus 1. Then we're coming here. This first guy is 9. So we'll go to the index 9 and we'll increase by 1. So I increase it by 1. Then at 13 plus 1 it was 14. At 14 we have to decrease it by 1. So this will become minus 1. Now initially we have two variables, current sum and answer. Okay, in answer we will store the maximum value, and current sum is the sum which will keep on summing from left to right. So initially these are 0, 0 and this is 1. So 0 plus 1, this is sum value will be 1. So what is the max here? This is 0, this is 1. So max value will become 1. So in our answer variable right now it is 1. Okay. Now we will come to this value. So this is value, this current sum is 1. So 1 plus minus 1, this would become 0. So 0 is, so 1 is still greater than 0. So we will keep on going. We will come here. So 0 plus 2. So this value would become 2 now. So what is the greater here? This is 1, this is 2. So maximum value would be 2. So our current new value in answer would be coming 2. Now we will come here. This is 0. So we will keep on going. This is minus 1. So this value would become now 1. Right? So this 1 is not greater than 2. So 2 is still there. Okay. Now we are coming here. This is 0. But this time it is coming 1. So 1 plus 1, again we got 2. Right? So 2 is same. So its answer would be still 2 only. Okay. Then we are coming here, this is 0, then we are coming at minus 1, so this will make it 1, right? We are adding, then we keep on going 0, 0, then we will add minus 1, so this will become 0. So what will happen is, like in this, the greatest value we have found ever was the 2 only, so answer would be 2, okay? So we can say that there would be 2 groups where we can divide them, so this is the minimum number of groups. So you can visualize as well, okay? If I ask you to visualize, you can visualize it. So see 2, 3 and 5, 6. They should reside in the same group, right? 2, 3 and 5, 6 because they are not overlapping. Okay. Is there somebody else who can come here? Check it. So can 5, 10 come here? No. Because these are overlapping. So 2, 3 is here in group 1. And who is coming to the group 2? 5, 10 would come to group 2. Okay. And 9, 13 will go to again the first group only. 5, 10 will come here and 9, 30 will come here. So we can divide them in the non-overlapping groups. 2 non-overlapping groups. That is why our answer came 2. Okay. So this is what we were doing. Group 1, you can call it G1, you can call it G2. So total number of minimum groups are 2. So this would be our answer. So here, what is the time complexity? We are taking only O of n because this is the technique which we use in the counting sort. Okay, so we are just taking extra space and we are going to every index and increasing or decreasing accordingly. And finally, we are making the sum, and wherever the maximum sum ever recorded, that max value would be showing that how many groups would be available to distribute them among the without intersecting. Okay, so this is what we are gonna do in our code. So let me show you my code. This is my code. I just initialized my min start and max end with the max value and min value correspondingly. Now I'm traversing through this interval and I'm looking for the minimum value of the min start and the maximum value of max end in every interval throughout these intervals, right? And then I'm creating this array of size max end plus 2. The one which we created here, right? This one. So then what we will do is, after doing this, we found we are traversing through the intervals again, and wherever we found the start value which is sitting at D0, we are incrementing the value at array, and if it is the one which is ending at D1, so D1 plus 1 I am decreasing. Okay, just same way we were doing here. Right, every time at index start we are increasing, and at every time end plus 1 we are decreasing. The same thing we are doing here. Okay, so after doing this, what we are doing, we are traversing through this array, the one which we updated, and in this current variable we are keep on summing, and here we are checking what is the maximum value with answer and current. Okay, like this we found here 2 was the maximum ever recorded value. Okay, so same thing, and finally in the answer variable we are returning it, which would be our answer. So let me execute my code. I'm executing my code. So yeah, it is accepted. Let me try to submit it. So I'm submitting it. It was actually already accepted. So it was close to 90% faster. So thank you for watching this video. If you guys have any concern, please make a comment over there. Thank you.